The story of a Willy Wonka experience gone wrong in Glasgow, Scotland has taken the internet by storm, and I love it. I don't think I've ever in all my life seen such an impressive and inspiring dumpster fire of an event. It is just mwah. It is just perfect. This event, which was supposed to give kids the chance to experience Willy Wonka's chocolate factory, was so bad, it prompted parents to call the police to get justice for the horrors they had witnessed. Police were called to an immersive Willy Wonka experience after families showed up to an empty warehouse. The event reportedly charged $40 per entry, that's per person by the way, advertised with AI art and said it would be a journey filled with wondrous creations and enchanting surprises at every turn. And oh, what enchanting surprises they found. Kids were all dressed up and crying, waiting for what they thought was going to be a magical experience. Yeah, that's the surprise. No magic here, just sadness. The surprise was them crying. If they called the police, that's how you know it was bad. Because they didn't even do that in the actual Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and kids were dying in that movie. And honestly, it does look like it was terrifying. Take a look at some of the images of the abandoned warehouse that parents had to spend $40 to gain access to. Okay, here we have some sort of chocolate fountain with murky brown water floating in it. We have one bouncy castle that can fit like 3 kids. Giant empty space filled with table and chairs. You're probably thinking there must be something pretty good to eat here with all these table and chairs. Probably some pretty tasty chocolate, right? No, there was no chocolate at this event. These photos look like a crime scene, dude. These look like Willy Wonka had to flee the country after the FDA found fentanyl in his chocolate. So he has to post up in an abandoned factory to keep the business going while the feds are after him. You got this lovely scene. I think that the size of the warehouse really screwed them over, honestly. If it was a smaller room, it wouldn't look so empty. There would still be nothing to do there, but it wouldn't look so sad. In a way, seeing this photography light in front of this like $2 Candyland backdrop makes me feel kind of sad for the people who put on this event. Like, oh, you really thought people were gonna want to take pictures in front of this shit. Of course not. No. If 2 parents brought 2 kids to this event, it would cost $160, and you're getting this. I think I get why they called the police, honestly, dude. If I was promised some kind of fun Willy Wonka experience for the kids and then showed up to this foggy warehouse, I would think I was about to be murdered in some kind of Willy Wonka-themed Saw movie. And if that's not enough, wait until you see the nightmarish characters they had running around this place. So this is one of the most famous pictures to come out of the whole ordeal. This is an Oompa Loompa, obviously. A lot of people are focusing on the facial expression she's making in this picture. She looks exasperated. And honestly, I don't blame her. This has to be like the worst acting gig she's ever had. As far as I know, this actor wasn't putting on the event. She was just hired to be there. She's probably dealing with crying children, pissed off parents. Also, I'm pretty sure canonically the Oompa Loompas are enslaved by Willy Wonka, so the facial expression makes sense in that context too. What I'm actually more concerned with is everything else going on in this photo. Why is there so much smoke? I'm not super familiar with the process of making chocolate, but I'm 100% sure there should not be that much smoke happening. No wonder she's making that face, dude. She's high as hell. And I love all the mismatched chemistry gear she's got strewn about the table. Beakers, vials, this mysterious elixir locked up in a little glass box. A quill? Oompa Loompas take notes like wizards from the 1300s? I didn't know that. All right, now the other 2 characters that were at this thing, I gotta introduce you to at the same time because they're both in the same video clip. So let me introduce you to Willy Wonka and the Unknown.
What is that? It's the unknown.
Man, what the hell? Dude, fuck everything else. I would call the police based off of that. Who is that demon? Surprising twists and turns was right in the advertisement. I would not expect to take my kids to a Willy Wonka experience and have them be accosted by a shadow figure. I can tell you that right now. It's terrifying that Willy Wonka says, "What is that?" when he sees it.
What is that?
Like, dude, this is your chocolate factory. You don't even know what that is? We are so fucked. Here's a different clip of some other kids experiencing the unknown.
As the soup flavor full of scary face. Oh my God. Scare the great unknown. Wonderful. I love fantastic.
What is that?
Yeah, that's the correct reaction to seeing the unknown. What is that? Wonka says it, this kid says it, I'm saying it. Also, I love that baby's reaction. That was like a primal instinct to make that sound. Humans have evolved for millions of years to make that sound when they see the unknown. According to some reports that I've read from the event, the unknown is supposed to be an evil chocolate maker who hides in the walls and scares little children. Is he a part of the actual Wonka story? No. Was it advertised that there would be a child-scaring monster at this event? No. But speaking of the advertising for the event, one of the most insane parts of this whole story is that this company that made this event, House of Illuminati, apparently used exclusively AI-generated images to advertise this event. Surprisingly, the website is still up, so you can go and check it out for yourself. Welcome to Willy's Chocolate Experience. Dive into the whimsical of Willy's Chocolate Experience! Exclamation point, comma. So you've got images like this, which at first look like some kind of fun candy land, but then the closer you look, it doesn't really make any sense. Like, what the fuck is this thing? Is that supposed to be a bunny? Who the hell is that? I don't like the looks of these things. But then you get images like this advertising the Twilight Tunnel, which are so clearly AI generated, it makes you wonder if the whole event was being run by an AI. Because how could a human not notice that there are so many typos in all of these images? You got dim tight, depractions, ungurrival, featuring dodjection and swide. Then you've got ensuring entertainment, which of course includes catgagatting, carchy tons, and a passidice of sweet teats. And on top of the website being seemingly designed by AI, apparently all of the actors' lines were too, which we know thanks to this video posted by the actor who played Willy Wonka.
I'm going to be poking a little bit of fun at the event, but I wanted to say before I start that I feel for anyone who bought tickets to this, people who are expecting a magical chocolate experience.
People who are unfortunately captured by the unknown, we hope you are found soon.
So the first red flag for me was when I was cast as Willy Wonka. Anyone who looks at me and thinks Willy Wonka and not Oompa Loompa is out of their mind. I give off major Oompa Loompa energy. I got cast as the part on the Thursday, and was told that I needed to learn the script for the Friday. So I said, no problem, send it over. The script was 15 pages, monologue, pretty much, of AI-generated gibberish.
You know what I'm kind of curious about? If the script was AI-generated, where did the unknown come from? Did the event organizers just ask ChatGPT to generate a script about Willy Wonka's chocolate factory and it just threw that shit in? Cause that's terrifying. ChatGPT was like, planning an event for kids, huh? I know just the thing to add. Don't worry, I'm great with kids.
So I'll give you one of the lines from the script. I'm not going to do the Willy Wonka voice because I think I've embarrassed myself enough. But one of my favorite lines was, there is a man who lives here. His name is not known. So we call him the Unknown. The Unknown is an evil chocolate maker who lives in the walls. What? We were told on the experience to hand out a jelly bean, one jelly bean per child, and a quarter of a cup of Tesco's own brand lemonade.
One jelly bean? All that smoke the Oompa Loompa had to endure and she was just back there cranking out one jelly bean? Maybe the unknown was introduced as some way to canonically explain why there was no chocolate at the event. Sorry kids, there's no chocolate here today. An evil chocolate maker showed up and he shot the Oompa Loompas. They're dead now. So one of the Oompa Loompas from the event also posted a TikTok kind of poking fun at the whole experience, but the one actor we haven't heard from yet is the one that we all obviously want to talk to. The unknown. Unknown, we need to know your story. What was your inspiration for your performance? How did you get into character? The unknown must have had the worst time of any of the actors because, like, you got hired to do a performance of Willy Wonka and you got cast as a character that's not in Willy Wonka? Just like an evil spirit that lives in mirrors? And then your job for an entire day is to scare and confuse unsuspecting children who have no clue what they're in for. Every time a kid came around that corner, you just know the unknown was like, God damn it, I gotta traumatize another kid. The Oompa Loompa from the famous photo ended up doing an interview with Vulture where she describes the moment that children saw her for the first time, and it is very sad. Tell me about the moment as the kids started coming in. Did you see the innocence leave their eyes? They were quite upset. I think they were confused, but it was more the parents. I just looked at them, and I think they must have known when they looked at me. An older couple said to me, I really, really hope you get paid well for this. This sounds like she's describing people witnessing the wreckage of a tsunami or something. It's crazy. Each individual person that laid eyes on her had to take a second to mourn. When you say walkthrough, how long are we talking here to walk through this event? I'm telling you, this would have taken about 2 minutes. I've never experienced anything like this in my life. Dude, honestly, that's kind of smart, because like 2 minutes isn't even long enough to process like the first stages of grief. You're getting these people in and out before they can even realize they got scammed, you know? They don't even know what the fuck just happened. After the police were called, people started getting refunded, the story blew up. The director of the company who put on this event did eventually apologize. I'm really shocked that the event had fallen short of the expectations of people on paper. Yeah, dude, on paper the event was awesome. No chocolate, abandoned warehouse, smoky oompa, just like the movie. There was every intention to hold the event from the pictures. Despite not being the best light, hopefully you'll be able to see that there was every intention to hold the event. No, we know you were planning on holding the event. That's kind of the problem. I think a lot of people wish you didn't. Unfortunately, there were unforeseen circumstances and the event didn't come to light. He's like, we were not expecting that evil chocolate maker to show up. The unknown ruined the event. These issues were technological in nature. We had ordered a holographic paper that didn't arrive on time. The holographic technology in itself is absolutely fabulous technology, and unfortunately, there was a delay in postage. Holographic paper? No, I don't think that was the problem with the event, actually. The lack of holographic paper. Look, I don't know what holographic paper is, but based on his reliance on ChatGPT and Midjourney, I do not trust his opinion of absolutely fabulous technology. So I'm just gonna go ahead and assume the holographic paper would not have helped. Well, gang, this is surely an event that will go down in the history books. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're new here and you're not subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe and turn on my notifications to join Greg. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye. After MGK released his song Emo Girl and then followed it up by appearing in a bunch of insane interviews with Megan Fox talking about their love life, I think we're pretty good on MGK for a while. We don't need any more music. We don't need any more public appearances. We're good. We don't need to know any more about MGK's personal life. And folks, I think MGK finally took notice and he listened. He said, all right, look guys, I get it. No more music, no more interviews. I'm gonna take some time and I'm going to release a stoner comedy movie instead. So he hunkered down and he wrote and directed this movie, Good Morning, which currently has a 0% on Rotten Tomatoes. We got a good thing going here. 2 movies in a row with 0% on Rotten Tomatoes. What's the opposite of a Renaissance man? You know how people, when people can like act and sing and direct, like Donald Glover, people call him a Renaissance man. MGK is like a Dark Ages man. MGK is a medieval man. Also, sorry if I sound sick. Sorry. The moment this movie starts, MGK, aka his character London Clash, gets kind of a weird good morning text from his girlfriend Apple.
He's texting me. Oh, it's Apple.
The text say, I wish I didn't have to do this through text, and then good morning, but she spells morning with a U. Now you might think that this would make London a little bit confused, but then realize, oh, it's just a typo. And you'd be right. He does have both of those thoughts. The problem with this movie is that the entire movie takes place between those two things happening. This entire movie is about MGK being confused about what those texts meant. Before he gets too concerned, he has to Google what morning with a U means. He's like, my fans are probably young enough that both of their grandparents are still alive. I should probably explain what morning is.
Well, today should be interesting.
Yeah, they let you know right away that this movie was written by a millennial. Well, today's gonna be kind of weird. MGK wrote the entire movie like this. So this just happened. Yeah, so the conflict at the beginning of this movie is that London thinks that Apple is breaking up with him. That text was a breakup text. Sorry to have to do this through text. Good morning, as in like happy morning our relationship? What kind of person is Apple that he assumes the text good morning means have a good time with your depression now? Look, this relationship isn't working. We're just growing apart. I just feel like you need to have a happy morning now. A happy grieving to you, good sir. When they introduce this character, she better be like wearing a top hat and carrying around a cane. It's gonna make a lot more sense when that happens.
Good morning, good morning.
Today might suck, guys. I'm adulting today. All right, guys, it's time to attend the MGK School of Acting. You're about to step into an ice-cold shower. How do you react when the water hits your body? Shiver! Grab your arms to make yourself warm. Okay. Okay, those are good answers. Let's ask Professor Gun Kelly. Ooh, sorry, you guys all get Fs. Your punishment? You have to look at MGK's ass. That is just horrendous. I never wanted to see that.
You know why it sucks when you're going through it with your partner?
You're not going through it with your partner. She sent you one understandable typo, dude. Everything's fine. You're fine.
Yo, does this look like a breakup text to you, or am I tripping?
Yes.
Yeah, dude, take it from the weirdest looking man you've ever seen who falls asleep in his cereal mid-conversation. That's a breakup text. I don't mean to shame this man's appearance. I think Cody Ko looks great here. This is Cody Ko if TMG made hyperpop music. This man has never sent a normal text in his life. I'm surprised he wasn't like, no, that's about as incoherent and cryptic as I usually am in my text. You're probably fine. His friend is clearly sick. At the beginning of the scene, he throws up on the microwave, and at the end of the scene, he drowns in his cereal bowl, and MGK leaves him to die. MGK, your friend is sick. Help him. And so am I. Goddamn. Also, just like a fun little continuity note, at the beginning of this scene, there wasn't a water bottle on the table, and then at the end of the scene, there is. So, that's probably why this movie has a 0% on Rotten Tomatoes. Ass continuity. I'm a stickler for details.
Meet Kennedy.
Uh-oh, guys. Megan Fox is here, and she is not like other girls. Megan Fox plays a girl named Kennedy, who's actually not the main love interest in this movie. Her character is actually lesbian, and at the beginning of this movie, MGK explains how, like, she hates boys, but she lives with all these boys, and so she's moving out, which MGK explains right after he forgets his line.
It's in rice.
Come on, you got it, dude. You wrote the movie, you should know it.
Please don't move out.
Yes, he did it. He remembered. It's a pretty long line. I'll cut him some slack. Throughout the beginning of the movie, they're constantly introducing new characters, and every character in this movie has some kind of weird quirk. This friend, like, did too many drugs at a music festival, and now he's kind of loopy. This guy is always throwing water balloons at people. This guy, like, smokes a lot of weed. It seems like MGK wrote this movie with just a bunch of crazy, weird characters, because the only, like, joke that he can think of to put in this movie is another character saying something weird or dumb, and him just kind of looking at them being like, that was kind of weird or dumb.
Mercury is in Everglades.
It's retrograde, Leo.
Every time he introduces a new character, there's narration that explains what the weird quirk about these characters are.
This is Angel. Meet Maxine Goldberg.
But they kind of don't, like, explain really what I want to know about these characters.
This is Dylan. I met him when he was working at In-N-Out, and he used to hook me up with free burgers and shakes. He's been my boy ever since.
We don't care that he used to work at In-N-Out. That is so irrelevant. Please tell us why he's so sick. Why is he throwing up and passing out? That's more interesting. The reason that London Clash is so rich and cool that he lives in Rice Gum's house is that he is an actor. So throughout the movie, he's doing actor type things. Like, he films this self-audition tape. I don't really know what he's auditioning for. It kind of seems like he's auditioning for everything and also nothing all at once.
Okay, this is my impersonation of Draco Malfoy looking for drugs.
Where's the pot, Potter?
I don't like Draco very much.
Honestly, this scene is pretty sad. I felt bad watching it. They don't explain what he's supposed to be auditioning for in this self-tape, but whatever it is, Jake Novak has a better chance of getting the role.
I want to be the next SNL cast member.
Now here's where the movie prevents the second conflict. That's right, this movie has two conflicts. The first is he gets that text with the typo, but the second is that today he has the biggest audition of his career. And no, it wasn't that self-tape audition. I guess they just kind of threw that in for goofs. He's auditioning to be the next Batman.
I'm still waiting to hear from my agent about this Batman role.
So, throughout the movie, London is faced with two equally important problems. The first, he has to prepare for the most life-changing, career-making audition of his life. And the second is that he's having a little bit of trouble getting a hold of his girlfriend. The stakes can't get much higher than this, folks. But Danny, can't he just prepare for the audition and then try to get a hold of his girlfriend later that day or tomorrow at the latest? No! They could be dead tomorrow, especially that one guy. He could die any second. They have to do both of them today. This movie kind of feels like a Lele Pons YouTube skit from like 2017, but instead of like 10 minutes long, it's an hour and a half long. From the sound effects to the uncomfortable silence between every spoken line in this movie.
Why would you give me goat milk?
I watched an interview. You said you liked Go Go.
I can't tell if they're using the awkward silence for like comedic effect to like really hammer home that like, these guys are kind of weird. Or if the silence is more just because nobody knows their lines very well. There's another option that they added in all these pauses in the movie because we're supposed to be laughing at the things that they're saying in the movie. So they added in nice little pauses for us to laugh.
She left with the dude?
A buff dude. And they had bags. And yes, they left together.
In fact, it kind of feels like, have you ever seen people who have edited The Big Bang Theory so that it doesn't have the laugh track to show how like bad all of the jokes are?
Who are you?
Oh, I'm Denise, the new assistant manager.
That's kind of what this movie feels like.
Are your eyes all watery?
Because I'm high.
That's way better. Bazunga. It's so fitting that this movie feels like a bad YouTube video from 5 years ago because I'm pretty sure they filmed this at Rice Gum's old house. Did something happen in that house? Is there like a curse? 100 years ago, one of Hollywood's earliest YouTubers died in that house and now all the content that's created there is cursed to be mad disappointing. Okay, so now they got to investigate what's happened to Apple. London's phone is broken, so he can't contact her, so the only thing he can do is go looking for her. So he goes to the last place she was seen and talks to Pete Davidson.
Did you see Apple? Yeah, she was just here like 2 minutes ago.
Did she say where she was going?
You know what? She did. She actually... No, are you fucking crazy? You guys never talk to me. I mean, the only reason you know my name is because it's on my name tag. Right there. B-E-R-R-Y. Barry.
Pete Davidson feels like he's not really invested in this movie at all. He breaks the fourth wall a little bit too much in this movie. He reads his name tag like he's making fun of the fact that it doesn't say Pete Davidson. He's like, Barry? That's not my real name. My real name's Pete. It's funny because I'm very clearly Pete Davidson and not some guy named Barry who works at a valet stand. There's also a scene later on in the movie where he looks directly into the lens of the camera. I think they could have cut that out. Well, talking to Pete Davidson, sorry, Barry. It's just so funny that he's pretending to be Barry. Talking to Barry didn't get him any leads, so I guess that means now it's time to go to his audition. No, sorry. Sorry, he breaks into Apple's house to find clues?
Find clues, please.
Find clues of what? What might she have left lying around that would indicate whether she made a typo this morning or not? They find a bag of her fingers? She was missing her fingers this morning. That's why she fucked up the tags. Oh. We should probably call the police, right?
I'm not breaking into my girlfriend's house. Can't believe I'm breaking into my girlfriend's house.
Me neither, dude. Your life is pretty crazy. London Clash is so dumb. He makes the worst decisions at every move in this movie, okay? While they're in Apple's house, one of London's friends knocks over every single urn on the mantle and ashes go everywhere. And so they're like, oh shit, we have to put back the urns and then refill the ashes. But they're like, the only problem is, where are we supposed to find ashes? Where are we gonna find enough ashes to fill up these urns? But like, they didn't lose the ashes. They all just fell on the floor. They could just sweep them up and put them back in urns. It's like MGK was like constantly forgetting what previously happened in movies, and so the plot is being driven forward by things that just aren't problems. So anyway, as I said, this is a stoner comedy. You can probably guess the solution they think of to produce a bunch of ashes to fill back up the urns.
I'm stoner.
Yep. They're gonna smoke a bunch of weed. Ah, bunch of weed. This movie's crazy. They're gonna smoke a bunch of weed. Well, at least this dumbass plan that doesn't make any sense is gonna result in like some crazy shit happening, right? Something funny's bound to happen now, right? Wrong. They just spend like 10 minutes having a boring ass smoke session on the couch. And then one of them tries to talk to a lobster. They really sat around writing this movie and were like, what's the craziest thing that could happen while we're high? And then settled on talking to a lobster. You know, since weed is legalized in a lot of places like California, where they filmed this, I feel like stoner comedies aren't nearly as like interesting or edgy as they used to be. You know, smoking used to be kind of like a fringe culture. It doesn't really feel like this is like, it's like that crazy or funny anymore. This is a scene of 4 adults sitting around a living room and obeying the law.
Why did you spell it like that?
It's a typo.
Oh my god, it was a typo all along? Who would have guessed that? So I guess now the movie can end now, right? The movie can't end now, right? The movie can end now, right? There's 30 minutes left in this movie? What the fuck is gonna happen? What are they gonna do for 30 more minutes? Sit at a diner, apparently. So you're probably wondering how they wrap this whole thing up, huh? MGK missed his audition, he's not getting the role. His girlfriend is pissed off at him. How are they gonna wrap this movie up? Some sort of grand gesture that wins over both the director and the girlfriend? No, obviously not. That would make too much sense. London Clash gets the role because the director happened to see an Instagram live stream where London Clash gets punched in the face by Dennis Rodman, and the director just assumes that London Clash did that because he wanted to like impress him or something. It's a whole other plot line that I didn't really go into in this video, but it doesn't make any sense in the movie either. So he's got the role, now the only thing left is to get the girl, which he does by sending her a text at the diner being like, can we talk? And she's like, sure. And so they're driving to meet each other. He's texting her the whole way. He's texting and driving, and they get into a car crash, and then they are both paralyzed. That face says it all. That just happened. That's the resolution. He almost murders her. Irresponsible. He was texting and driving and he almost murders his girlfriend, and that's how it ends. After the credits roll, there's like a fun little blooper reel where we get to see the actors like messing around and not knowing their lines very well, which would have been a lot more fun if I hadn't felt like I had just watched an hour and a half of exactly that. Well, folks, what do you think? From rapper to pop punk icon to writer, director, and actor extraordinaire, which do you think MGK did best? Leave it in the comments down below. What do you think he'll get up to next? It's anyone's guess at this point. Professional fencer? Or maybe like a chef? He'll start just making food. That might be kind of sick. And you know what? All he would need to get started is HelloFresh, America's #1 meal kit and the sponsor of this video. Guys, I love HelloFresh. They send you fresh, quality produce from the farm to your door in less than a week, so you can savor delicious summer flavors right from home. I love getting a HelloFresh box because you know what it means? It means I don't have to worry about what I'm gonna eat for dinner every night. I'm not gonna find myself driving to some fast food chain to get a quick meal, because I know I've got a quality meal that I can whip up in like 35 minutes right at home. And I know it's gonna be tasty, I know it's gonna be healthy. If you're trying to stick to a particular health goal, HelloFresh has you covered because they have veggie options, fit and wholesome options, and pescatarian options. So HelloFresh fits a variety of lifestyles. Their plans are super flexible. You can pause 1 week if you want to, you can add more food 1 week if you want to, and even if you're on vacation, you can change the delivery address to deliver to your vacation destination. And then you can have home-cooked meals when you're at the family reunion. HelloFresh is the very first carbon-neutral meal kit company, and nearly all of their packaging is recyclable. They help cut down on food waste because they send you pre-portioned ingredients so you're only using what you need. So if you want to check out HelloFresh and have a flavorful summer, then head on over to HelloFresh.com. Use my code TrulyGreg16 for up to 16 free meals and 3 surprise gifts. That's HelloFresh.com. Thanks to HelloFresh for sponsoring this video, and thank you to you guys for checking out HelloFresh. Now I'm going to do the outro of this video. All right, you guys, thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're new here and you're not subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe and turn on my notifications to join Greg. Greg is what I call my audience here on YouTube. We're the biggest and happiest family on YouTube. That is a scientific fact. Please do not look it up. Please do not fact check me, because facts don't care about your feelings, and I don't care about facts. All right, I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Howdy, Greg. Apologies for the delays in posting this video. I know it's been a while. I do explain later on in the video why that is, but I wanted to really quickly announce that I have some stand-up shows coming up on December 11th at Zany's in Rosemont, Illinois. The last shows I did were so fun, so I want to do it again, and we've got some really funny comedians on the lineup. If you want tickets, the link is in the description, but if not, then just enjoy this video, guys. This one's on me. What's up, Greg? Look, we all know the handful of social media apps that are popular today. You got TikTok, Instagram, DoorDash. You guys might not think that DoorDash is very social, but I like texting with the drivers and, I don't know, trauma dumping on them. But lately I feel like something's changed. All of the popular social media apps just aren't doing it for me anymore. I'm tired of Instagram. I'm tired of TikTok. I'm banned from DoorDash. So I was just sitting here thinking, what about all of the not popular social media apps on the App Store? Surely there are more apps out there than just a handful of popular ones, right? So I just searched social media on the App Store and I found a bunch. There's an app where you can post videos and go live like TikTok, but instead of a real person, you're a customized animated character. There's an app that only has 1,000 ratings, but somehow promises everybody who uses it will go viral. There's even a social media app for UFO sightings. Guys, there's a whole world of apps out there. So I downloaded a bunch of these apps, and I'm going to try them out in order from the most popular one to the very least popular social media app I could find on the App Store. Starting with the most popular one, Zepeto. This is an app where you can go live, make dance videos, connect with other people, except the whole time, you are a custom animated character. This is the most popular app I'll be talking about in this video. It has 465,000 reviews on the App Store. I'm very curious to see how crazy I can make my character. Like, can I design like a Smurf? Can I go viral as Papa Smurf? All right, let's open up Zepeto and see what happens. Let's create your avatar. I mean, I'll give it to him. All these ones look cool. And I feel like that's probably the point of this, is to like kind of look cooler than you look in real life. Like you want to create the version of yourself that you wish you were. I want to create like a horrible monster that I am glad doesn't exist. Ugh, why do I feel like that actually kind of looks like me? They were like, we're gonna start you off with the most basic looking person possible. You know, obviously nobody really looks like this, but you can customize it. And I'm like, no, that actually kind of looks like me. Okay, we got kind of like a swaggy Peter Griffin situation here. All right, after much deliberation, I have finally settled on a look for my little character here. Everybody take a look at this guy. Yo, look at this little freak. Blue skin, short as can be. Might be a witch? You know what? I started designing him as a joke, but I kind of really like him. He's a cute little thing. Also, I think I need to make a username. I think I'm gonna name him Baby Bug Bug. I made my profile name Baby Bug Bug and my username Baby Bug Bug. It also wants me to come up with a job. My job is Baby Bug Bug, and I made my bio, help me get to 10,000 followers so I can get back to my home planet. Some interesting Baby Bug Bug lore there. I'm trapped on Earth and they won't come pick me up unless I have 10K followers. It's a very exclusive planet. Initially, the only reason I wanted to download this app is so I could go live as some little freak. But upon entering the app, I realized you need at least 100 followers before you can go live. What? Reach 100 followers and start your Zepeto live? I can't even go live until I have 100 followers? What the heck? In hindsight, I guess that makes sense, because like, who would I be going live for if I had no followers? So I just decided to make some videos. Okay, so it looks like they have trending templates here, and so if I just click on one of these, is my character gonna do it? Look at Baby Bug Bug go! And I can change the background too? Oh, Baby Bug Bug is getting into it. I like it. I must have been really enjoying the experience so far, so much so that I began to identify as Baby Bug Bug. I didn't even realize I was doing it at the time, but I stopped referring to Baby Bug Bug in the third person and started referring to him as me right here. So I got this video of me dancing in a spaceship. I'm gonna caption it, I'm an alien. Follow me so I can get back to my home planet. Done. It does beg the question though, like anybody can go into the app and use that dance and just do it in the blink of an eye. So what incentive is there for anybody to like anything if anybody could have made anything? Like, it's not impressive, it's not that interesting, but I don't know, maybe people on this app are just really supportive and they just like seeing the same video over and over, so we'll see. At the bottom of the app, along with the options to go live and create videos, there's also a world tab. That takes you to a page with a bunch of different rooms and mini games you can join. There's a Squid Game room, there's a K-pop Demon Hunter room, and I guess they're like, are they games or what? Party game? I guess let's go in there. Matching me with a player. Wait, why am I tall all of a sudden? They're matching me with a player, but they made Baby Bug Bug tall. What the F? Okay, oh, it's just a little game, all right. Ah! Did I get shot? Oh! Oh my god, they're gonna kill Baby Bug Bug! Run, Baby Bug Bug! Honestly, that was kind of messed up. I don't like what they did to Baby Bug Bug. They shot him, but even worse, they made him tall. Okay, let's go into M's room. Jump together. This room doesn't exist. Oh. Okay, my bad. It's just that you offered it to me, so kind of seems like that's your problem. Yo, do you want to go into M's room? Yeah, sure, I'd love to. Well, there's no such thing, so why would you want to go in there? Okay, so I'm at a pool. This room seems more chill. Maybe I can go ask these people if they want to follow me. Okay, there's people. Oh no! People are talking over here. Hello.
Hi.
Hi, I'm Baby Bug Bug.
Do you need followers? You literally have 0 followers.
Yeah, I need followers so I can get back to my home planet. I'm Baby Bug Bug. I'm from a planet where you have to have 10,000 followers, otherwise they kick you out and make you go to a different planet, so.
Hold on, let me just be a demon thing that my cousin wants me to beat 3 seconds. Hold on.
You gotta be a demon for a second? Is that what you said?
Yeah, because I'm a demon boy.
That's alright, man. I go demon mode sometimes too.
Oh my god, no, literally, I'm a demon. I'm a literal demon.
Yeah, me too, man. I metaphorically am a demon sometimes too. Oh! It's a demon! So I want to try to get like 100 followers so I can go live. Do you know how what's the best way to do that?
I got 103K followers on here.
You have 103K? So do you get followers by like posting videos, or like what do you do? Or you just like meet
just
people?
by being who I am. I get followers by becoming everybody's friend.
Yeah, I mean, you are pretty friendly. I'll give you that. You're the friendliest demon I've ever met. All right, well, I guess I'm gonna keep exploring. Thank you guys for the advice, and thank you for being so friendly. Well, those kids were super nice. I can't believe that kid has 100,000 followers just from like hanging out with people. What the heck? Okay, great. I have 3 followers now. So pretty close to the 100 I need. None of them have watched my video. That's cool. And unfortunately, the players in the next room I went to were much less friendly. Whoa, what's going on, guys? What up? I'm Baby Bug Bug. I'm an alien. I'm a baby alien. I'm gonna follow everybody in here. If y'all want to follow me back. Anybody think that's cool? What? Wait, who nicknamed me Butt? Who gave me that nickname Butt? Whoever did it, I think they left. That's not very swaggy of you guys. The next day, I decided to check out some live streams on the app, which mostly consisted of completely silent gift battles. Is there audio in this live stream? Man, I don't understand what's going on at all in this. There's no audio. And everybody in the comments is just begging for follows. Follow for follow. Follow for follow. Hey, can you guys follow me? Let's see if I get any followers from that. I bet everybody's gonna be jumping at the opportunity to follow me after that message. Did I get any followers? Oh wait, shit, did I? I have 16 now. How did that happen? Should I just go into live streams and ask people to follow me? Okay, wait, why can't I hear any of it? Is this my problem? Okay, I'm saying, can you guys hear? It's silent for me. Oh, someone said me too. Your voice is not audible, girl. Oh, okay. Now everybody else is chiming in, being like, hey, wait a minute, why can't we hear this girl? Nobody thought to talk about that before I got in here, or what? Wait, even the person streaming also said same. Same, dude, I can't hear shit either. I'm talking with my mouth, but I can't hear shit coming out. Do any streams have sound? I'm just gonna keep going through streams until I find one that has sound.
Surpass me.
Oh!
Hello.
Finally, a stream with audio, dude.
Hello. Hi, Pooja. Hello. What's up?
Okay, their talking is kind of just like the same kind of discourse as the comments of just people being like, hey, hi, how's it going? Hey, hi. Hello? So there's some kind of gift battle going on. I wonder if I presume they're making money from this. I wonder if they're making a lot. There's 38 versus 6. So I don't know if that's like dollars or cents or millions of dollars. Do you make a lot of money doing this?
Bro, I don't make any money doing this.
They don't make any money doing this? It's just a gift battle, but nobody gets to keep any of the gifts? Dude, you should come over to my place for Christmas. We're doing kind of like a white elephant, but at the end we just throw all the gifts in a fire. All right, guys, well, that's about all the patience I have for this app. There's some nice people on the app. I think the real shining star is the worlds that you can go into and actually interact with other people. So if there's one redeeming quality of the app, I would say it's that. All right, next up, we got Zigazoo. With 33,000 ratings, Zigazoo is described as safe social media just for kids. And I don't know about you, but my first reaction to this concept is, I mean, don't get me wrong. If young kids are gonna be on social media, I guess it's good that they have like a safe app to use. But like, the age for this app is 4 and up. 4? I mean, what about infants, man? Come on, what, you're too good for infants? Okay, Zigazoo, let's get in here. How old is your child? Will it actually let me enter 4 as the age for my child? 4. Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, what is your child interested in? I mean, they're pretty much mostly just interested in yum and vibes. Select a username, be creative and fun, and no last names. Okay, first test. Can I put my last name as my username? No, I can't. All right. Can I put a somewhat offensive word as my username? Gun. No, okay, I can't. Or maybe that username's already taken. Goo Goo Gaga 9000. All right, we're in. Give the gift of safety on Zigazoo? Wait, does this mean it wants me to sign up for premium to be safe? Look, this is a social media for kids, but you're gonna have to pay extra if you want them to be safe, all right? Okay, you've got basic and premium, and with premium, you have no ads, you can comment, faster video posting, oh, you can create challenges and 60-second videos and exclusive editing tools. All right, well, I guess I'll pay for that. I get a 7-day free trial too, so that's pretty good. Okay. Parents only. A parent is required to continue. Please select an answer and press continue. Yo. So this is how they can tell who is a parent and who is not. Because no child Well, no 4-year-old, to be fair, would know what 3 times 7 is. But what if your parent is dumb? All right, so I'm not gonna show any of the content on this app, obviously, because it's just a bunch of kids making videos. What I will say, though, is that I vehemently disagree with the entire premise of this app. Kids do deserve a safe place to practice getting creative, make videos by themselves or with friends, and I've got great news, because that safe place actually exists. It's called in real life, with their friends and their family. Why do kids need to be posting videos into the ether for strangers to see and judge them at all? Kids have a hard time navigating the opinions of their direct peers in their own community. Do we need to expose them to everybody in the whole world? Do we need kids to learn at a young age what it feels like to get 0 likes on a post that they worked really hard on? Anyways, I wouldn't download this app for my kids. Also, the app makes my phone like boiling hot, so all in all, I just cannot recommend it. With 4,000 reviews, Enigma is a social media platform for sharing and viewing UFO sightings. Naturally, I want to get on here and fake a UFO sighting. Whoa! We found 1,805 Enigmas within your vicinity. Holy cow. And I can get notified when there's a new UFO sighting in my area. Okay, medium-sized object gliding in London. Let's take a look. Let's see what we think. Yeah, I'm gonna say that is 1,000% an airplane, right? Yeah, that's just a plane. The top comment is an airport nearby. The person who posted said, yeah, I think so. You can check, there's London City Airport nearby. That looks like a plastic bag to me. What the hell is that? It's a plane. Got another one in London. Large silver disc flying away. Okay, let's see. Ooh, okay, this one is interesting. Look at this. There is a plane in the sky. You can see that in the background. But then there's also a large silver disc. Let's see. Large silver disc flying away. Curiously, it does seem to be moving at the exact same speed as the plane. Maybe it's running away from the plane. It's an alien who came down to Earth and it's like looking around from the sky and then a plane comes from behind and is like, oh, what the fuck is that? Ah! You can see the string on the balloon, for God's sake. Come on, people. This is not a UAP or drone. Oh. Yeah, I can see like a faint string-like entity, but you know, that could be anything. That could be some kind of alien technology, a probe, it could be a tentacle, it could be that thing's dick, I don't know. Yeah, this video also seems like it might have a string. Okay, you know what? I am starting to think that it is clearly a balloon. Okay, here's one of the audio-only posts for some reason. Let's see. Boomerang-shaped object with red lights flying.
Sitting at this graveyard in a church. And I'm staring at the sky, watching the stars, and I'm with 2 of my friends, or one is my brother, one is my friend. 2 of my friends, or actually one of them I fucking hate, he's just my brother, and the other one is my friend. The other one's cool as hell. And we see this boomerang-shaped UFO.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's definitely a spooky UFO sighting. Maybe it was a drone, maybe it was some kind of spacecraft. Why were you hanging out in a graveyard with your friend and brother? That's like what I want to know. What kind of person are you? All right, I want to see some like really good convincing stuff. Where's the really good stuff? Small metallic object flying. Okay, let's see. See, now I'm just gonna think every single one is a balloon. I'm like, that's just a shiny balloon. It's a balloon. Yeah, okay, so the people agree with me. The fact that the comments say Myler balloon makes me believe it isn't. That along with my own eyes watching the video. Okay, so there's some people on the app that think everything's a balloon, and other people on the app that are like, I'm gonna believe the opposite of what everyone else said. You know, I'll be honest, I was kind of expecting to get onto this app, and it would be kind of just like an echo chamber of everybody being like, on every video, oh my gosh, UFOs are real. The government is really hiding it from us, but there's a lot of very skeptical people on here. You can't just upload a balloon on this app and expect people to buy it. Honestly, they might even be more skeptical than me, because that first one that was a balloon, I didn't even notice the string. I was just like, whoa, that's crazy. I was about to throw my whole life away and go search for UFOs. And the comments actually kind of talked me down. It does look like there's actually a lot of sightings around O'Hare Airport, which is kind of funny. What the fuck is that thing in the sky? It's landing at the airport! This app kind of sucks to use. It's like really laggy. I'm pressing the button to go to the comments on this one. It's like really slow. I think this app is trying to lose users. I think they have something to hide. Someone said this looks like a spot on a glass window. That's actually kind of a good idea. Maybe I'll try to upload a video of that and see what people think. Okay, I'm gonna draw a little dot right here. Oh yeah, now that looked like a spaceship. I think maybe this needs a more distinct look to it. Like maybe it needs to be more like a pill shaped or something. That way you can tell it's not just a random schmud. Something more sinister. Oh, yo, whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, that was, I feel like that one was actually kind of convincing. Let's see.
Whoa, 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 whoa!
Freaking the heck out as this thing just kind of meanders gently through the sky. Yeah, this looks totally fake. I'm not even gonna pretend it looks real, but I'm just gonna post it and see what people say. And I swear to God, if they try to gaslight me into thinking it was a balloon, I know what I saw. Oh, it's under review. Under review. I wonder who reviews it. Bashar decided that your video's fake, so we're actually not gonna post it on the app. Does a physical person have to look at that and decide whether it goes up on the app? I don't know if I like that. I don't know if it's actually gonna get approved now. But good news, guys, after just a couple minutes, I got a notification that my video was approved. So I went into the app to check it out, and my video was clearly labeled denied. I don't know why they had to lie to me about it. That makes it hurt even more, but they saw right through my charade and they denied my video, guys. All right, so I went out and I created what I think is a much better UFO sighting video. Here's what I did. I went to Walmart, I found myself some shiny balls, and I took them to a field. My plan? To throw them as far as I could. So I spent a couple minutes throwing these shiny balls, and then I got home and I just edited myself out of the video. So now it looks like was taking a video of the beautiful day in the forest preserve. I didn't notice until later some object flies by. It looks like it might be spherical, question mark. It didn't make any noise, otherwise I probably would have noticed it, and it must have been pretty high up, otherwise I would have seen it while taking the video. Next. That's my story, man, and I'm sticking to it. You could torture me and I'll never give you the real one. How many objects did you see? 1. What was the shape? Sphere. Did any sensors detect the UAP? What if I was like, oh yeah, I totally forgot. I had my sonar, radar, night vision, and infrared all out, and they saw it. Are you any of the following? I am a scientist. That seems like probably the only one of these that I can pretend to be without like breaking some kind of law, so I'm gonna say that. Okay, here it goes. Finished. Let's see what happens. I'm nervous. I want to get some feedback on this one, man. I hope it actually gets on the app. And wouldn't you know it, guys, it did get approved, and it even got 2 comments. One of them said, I can't see anything. And the other person said, good catch. So after all of that, I have successfully fooled 1 person. And guys, that's just kind of the master prankster that I am. All right, this next app is one of the most curious ones yet. It's called Waveful, and it claims that you'll gain followers and views at lightning speed. You'll get unmatched engagement, and you can even make money on here. But the weird thing is, this app only has 1,000 ratings. So like, where are these followers gonna come from? I mean, I guess maybe there are millions, even tens of millions of people using this app, but they're all so freaking famous now, they don't even have time to leave a review. Finally, an app where I can break through the noise and become the influencer I was born to be. And everyone else on the app is gonna be breaking through the noise too. It's almost like there's gonna be a new noise of people breaking through the noise. Well guys, take a good look, cause this is the last time you're gonna see me before I become famous beyond my wildest dreams on the Waveful app. My plan is to just make a bunch of garbage content and then make a bunch of money. Okay, it wants me to add a profile picture and a username. Well, I haven't decided on what kind of art I'm making, so I kind of just have to pick like a general name that could be cool for any genre of content. So I'm gonna go with something versatile like Swaggy Jason. I'm gonna save the profile picture for later. I'm not ready to do that yet. Just picture like a guy named Jason, but swaggy. Waveful would like to send you notifications. Actually, I don't know if I want to allow that. If I'm to believe the description of this app, it's gonna send me way too many notifications. Just millions of followers a second. Okay, select your interests. Fun is the first interest it lists. Nah, I'm not actually really interested in fun. Pretty overrated if I'm being honest. Do they have sadness and boredom on here actually? Swaggy Jason is gonna be interested in authenticity, just the concept of hobbies. No hobby in particular. When people ask Swaggy Jason, what are your hobbies? He says, my hobbies are interests. And then they say, okay, what are your interests? And he says, I'm pretty interested in hobbies. Create your first post. Select an island to add to your first post. Other members will be able to see it and welcome you. I have to create a first post right away? No, it's like if you want to be a part of this app, you have to post right now. And what does this even mean? Select an island to add to your first post. I'm guessing these are kind of like hashtags, or are these like subreddits? Kind of? Music and video. Okay, let's just do music and videos. Okay, so there's also a media gallery, so I can choose other people's images to upload. Are these all AI images as well? They kind of look like it. Man, this really does make being a creator easy. I can just post somebody else's image. Still can't tell if that's AI. And I can caption it. Whoa! It'll suggest a caption for you too? Sunshine and puppy dust. Who needs a cleaning service when you have this much cuteness? Okay, so I can just steal an image, auto-generate a caption, and post it and become insanely famous. I think Swaggy Jason's liking this app already. Okay, I posted it. So here is my image, and let's see. It already has 4 views? Guys, it's been like 20 seconds and this already has 4 views from people I don't. Wait, why is my name Danny on here? I didn't approve that. Excuse me. It never even asked me my name. Get that out of here, dude. I'm Swaggy Jason. Okay, now my post has 6 views already. That's crazy. Now it's got 7 views, 8 views. Holy cow, dude. Me and this puppy are going to the moon, baby. 12, 13. Holy cow, dude. We're going viral. Look at this. What? How is it doing that? I already have a follower. All right, let's check out some of the content people post on this app. I'm curious what else is going viral on here. Just a video of a barbecue happening. Just a bunch of cooked meats. That's cool. 49 likes. A picture of roses. 257 likes. What are the comments on this? Beautiful roses. Nice roses. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Just a picture of these 2 ladies. 113 likes. Okay, so a picture of roses had 200 likes. A picture of 2 women just standing there had 100 likes. Video of beautiful guitar playing had 28 likes. I'm not sure if I understand this app. Ooh, Ruby Doobie is now live in Pirates Cove. Let's go join.
You guys want to get 100 followers a day? Hey, go into lives like this. Super like these lives. People will see that you did it and they will follow you.
What is a super like? This guy is on live right now just telling everybody to go buy super likes and that will make you famous. So everybody in the comments are talking about super likes too. If you super like me, I will super like you back. Let's see who gives me super likes. It also sounds like everyone wants super likes from this guy in particular. He's acting like he's talking to like thousands of people. I just looked, there's 20 people in here. He's like, all of you won't stop begging me for super likes. It's too much. Leave me alone. There's like a dozen people in here just like, all right, man, sorry. Not trying to drive you insane. He is shaking this juice, man. I think it's shaken up by now. Okay, so it looks like you can give regular likes and then over here on the other side, there's super likes. And in order to do that, you have to buy them. And then I'm assuming since super likes cost money, if you send them to somebody, they get a cut of the revenue from that super like. And that's how you make money on this app. So it seems like just from my limited experience on this app, everybody is kind of trying to trick everyone else to send them super likes. Like that guy in the live stream was like, guys, if you want me to give you a super like, all you gotta do is give me super likes, all right? Why would I give you a super like when you haven't even given me 10 super likes yet? Dude, my video already has 300 views and 24 likes. People are loving this dog. Wait a minute. I'm noticing some of the same comments over and over. Aw, so cute. Aw, so cute. Cute overload. Cute overload. Well, I know for a fact there are at least some real people on this app because that dude who was live was definitely real. Ruby Doobie or whatever his name is. Since this is an app full of low effort stolen content, I figured if I come on here and make some original music, people are gonna be blown away. They'll have never seen anything like it. So Swaggy Jason got out his guitar and started strumming. Swaggy Jason's coming. I heard him knock on the door. Swaggy Jason's coming. He's gonna swag on the floor. Yeah, well, hope that captivates some people and gets their attention, and we'll see how that does. Swaggy Jason's coming. All right, I'm officially pissed. It's been about 24 hours, and I thought by now I would surely have hundreds, if not thousands of followers. My song would have rocketed to stardom. But the video only has 30 likes and 4 comments. Now, that might seem pretty good for my first, actual post ever on the app, but my real first post, just the static image of a dog, has 47 likes and 11 comments. Everybody is losing their mind over this dog, posting the same 3 comments over and over. Still not sure what's going on with that. Anyway, I do have one positive thing to report, and that's that my song did get 1 super like somehow. So even though people were far less impressed by this one in general than the dog picture, there was one person that was like, this is probably the coolest song I've ever seen. I gotta spend money on this. Also, I do have 39 followers now, which is pretty good for having only posted 2 things. I mean, I gotta say, I don't think that would really happen on any other app, so that's cool. I wanna figure out what to post next, and I'm really having to resist the urge to put a lot of effort into something that is gonna yield no rewards. Plus, I wanna see how famous I can get by putting in the bare minimum amount of effort. Maybe if I go into the music category, I can look at what else is popping off in here. What kind of content on here is getting super likes? Okay, man, what? This dude just posted a static image of his face, and he got more likes than me. Everybody's saying he took a great photo. Okay, I've got this picture of my face, but I'm gonna edit a little bit before I post it. That way I'm not so immediately recognizable. So let me just do that real quick. Okay, I made a nice selfie of swaggy Jason enjoying the sunset. I guess I didn't really disguise myself that heavily. You can still pretty much tell that that's me, but I gave myself a cool little original hairstyle, and I made my eyes green. So let's go ahead and see if that gets any super likes, I guess. Let's see what happens if I suggest a caption for this photo. Is it gonna know what I'm... Oh, feeling devilishly handsome today. What do you think of my new do? Okay, so yeah, I guess it uses AI to suggest a caption, and it knows that my hair is ridiculous looking. I'm gonna change this to feeling devilishly swaggy today. Oh, you know what? I should make that my profile picture too. Shit. All right, now we just wait. If this somehow gets more likes than me playing guitar, I'm gonna flip. I mean, I don't really know what I'll do. I guess I'll just delete the app and never think about it again. Oh, did it say devilishly handsome because my hair looks like horns? The AI was like, this might be Satan, actually. So from what I can tell, this music and videos island, which is basically like a subreddit, I think, is one of the most popular ones on the app. It's got 1,000 members. In this island, you can look at all posts or you can look at best posts, which I assume are like the most liked ones in the island. And this one has 489 likes. It's a golden retriever's 15-year birthday. Doesn't seem like it has anything to do with music, really. Okay, look at this dude, Blamore the Ambassador. It looks like he is a fellow musician here on Waveful. He's got 3,000 followers, and he's actually posted some music on here that's done pretty well.
People ain't telling me.
Yo, and then here he is holding $3,500. Blamore holding 3,500 USD. Nobody on Waveful is like Blamore. Show Blamore some love. Posted by Blamore. Every time he posts music, it gets hundreds of likes, dude. That's how I'm trying to be. That's how swaggy Jason is trying to be. Oh, shoot, he's live right now. Join the parlor. What does that mean? Does that mean I can talk to him? I joined. Hello? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello? What's going on, y'all?
I'm playing Fortnite. That's about it.
That's awesome.
I make a lot of money on Fortnite.
Hey, Blamore, I post music too. I was wondering if you had any tips on how to pop off on here. I know that you've been doing really well.
Don't copy anybody else. Make your own digital cover art. Be real with yourself. Rap about real stuff you've been through. Don't rap about other stuff other people been through.
Yeah, so I guess I should just rap about my personal life too, like how I'm the CEO of my company and whatnot.
Alright, that'd be cool.
Yeah, I run a mosquito repellent business.
Yeah,
so I think
and also I can ghostwrite for you too if you ever need. Just let me know.
Yeah, well, I'll message you in a little bit, brother. We can talk. Maybe we can do a collab or something like that. That'd be cool. All right, well, now that I have all that helpful knowledge, I'm just gonna make a song. Of course, I'm gonna stick to Blamore's values that made him popular on the app: originality, singing about stuff that I've been through. This artistic integrity is super important to me because I want to put love and care into everything I do. But I also don't want to spend too long doing this, so I'm gonna set a 10-minute timer. I just don't really want to spend that much time working on this. You know, I got other stuff to do. On your mark, get set, go. All right, I gotta find some drums. I want it to be kind of an emotional ballad about my struggles as Swaggy Jason, I guess. Oh, Swaggy Jason's been through it all. Swaggy Jason's been through it all. I've been up. Oh, fuck, I forgot I'm supposed to be country. I've been up and down. I've had highs and lows. But I know one thing, Swaggy Jason's gonna keep swagging, baby. Okay, that's the time. Time's up. I mean, I think it turned out pretty good, honestly, for having 10 minutes to work on it. Let's listen to the final result. I've had ups and downs. I've had highs and lows. But I know one thing, Swaggy Jason's gonna keep swagging, baby. I'm a CEO. I'll make $1 million. And I know one thing, Swaggy Jason's gonna keep swagging, baby. All right, well, I feel pretty good about posting this. I'm gonna post it in the same island, the music and videos island. And I feel pretty confident after talking to Blamore that this is gonna be my most successful video yet. I'm gonna take a oh, shit. Probably not a good sign for your music career if hearing your own music scares you. Ooh, that's not good. I'm gonna take a page out of Blamore's book and hype myself up a little bit in the caption. Swaggy Jason is a popular new singer in the industry. Show him some love, y'all. And here we go, posted. I'm a CEO. It got 2 likes. 2 likes total. And no super likes, by the way. And not a single comment. Guys, it's official. I have absolutely no idea what's going on this app. I started on this app wondering if I could go viral by posting the worst, just most low quality content possible. And I guess, actually, I kind of did. That was kind of true because the post that I have that has the most likes and comments is the very first thing I posted. Just a picture of a dog. And you want to know what has the second most likes and comments? Just a picture of me. And then the thing with the least amount of likes is the song that I actually produced and made originally just for this app. Also, I did post one more selfie after this to see if I could recreate the success of the first one. But this one actually only got 2 likes also, so I don't know. Maybe I'm shadow banned on Wave. Actually, now that I think about it, remember how quickly I was gaining views on the first few videos I posted? Now look at this one, it's just frozen at 33 views. I think I actually am shadow banned. They're trying to censor Swaggy Jason. I don't know what I did wrong, Waveful. I mean, I got on here, I gave it my worst shot, I made bad music, and didn't really interact with anybody. So why aren't I famous yet? Lastly, we have Clear Social. This is the fewest ratings I was able to find on any social media app on the entire App Store. As far as any of us know, only 3 people in the world have ever downloaded this app. As far as what the app actually is, I'm not really sure. The descriptions are super vague. Participate in the trendiest of trends, right on your feed. Finally, trends on my feed. Usually I gotta go to Timbuktu to find these trends. Watch more videos, consume less data. Don't know what that means. Don't just watch, chat with your favorite creators. All 3 of them. So it kind of seems like the most generic social media app ever. However, all of its 3 ratings are 5 stars, so the people are loving it. My goal on this app might be really easy or really difficult. I guess it depends how things look once I get in there. But my goal is to try to become the most followed person on this app. I want to be the King Batch. I want to be the Mr. Beast of Clear Social. Clear Social would like to send you notifications. Absolutely. I'm gonna need to know when I'm blowing up on here. Okay, you can view reels shared by other users here. This is actually kind of weird. It's like giving me a tour of the app and the only option is to skip the tour. There's no like next button. I don't even know where I tap, like how do I continue the tour? I feel like this app has such a low self-esteem. It's like discover hashtags and watch reels, but you probably don't care about any of that. You think I'm stupid, don't you? Looks like the first video it's showing me was maybe posted by the official Clear account. And it's got 0 likes, so that's great. That's a good sign. And you know what? I'm kind of sick of coming up with aliases and fake names on these apps. On this one, I'm just gonna be me. It's called Clear Social, you know? Maybe it's all about being transparent, being the real me. Type username. Actually, this is a good opportunity. There's so few people on this app, I could probably get a really good username. I wonder if I could just be D. Okay, sick. I got the username D. I like that it really zoomed in on my picture. It was not that zoomed in when I took it. All right, well, let's explore what videos are on my feed. Okay, we got like a cool baseball video with 0 likes. We got, whoa, a guy riding around on a motorized recliner with 0 likes. A like and 2 comments. It seems like the vast majority of videos on this app have either like 0 or 1 or 2 likes. The most followed person I've been able to find so far is this dude, Ask Dom That, and he has 13 followers. That's the most followers I've seen on this entire app, so if I could get 14 followers, then I would be the new king of this app. Even this account called Trending, which seems to be like an official Clear Social account, only has 6 followers. So there's not a ton of competition, but I guess that also means there's not a ton of people out here who are even following people. There's also this chatter section of the app, which I think is basically just like a Twitter. And it looks like nobody's even posted anything on here since July 24th, which right now is 7 days ago. And then the post before that was in May. So I don't even know if people are on this app that often. But I guess there's only one way to find out. I'm gonna try to create some posts that appeal to the widest range of people possible. Maybe I'll start out on this Twitter section. Can I just type a little chat? One thing I've learned from Mr. Beast, you gotta hype yourself up. That dude is always talking about how his chocolate is like the best chocolate in the world. We all know it's not, but that doesn't stop him from saying it and tricking 8-year-olds into thinking it. So I'm just gonna post, hey guys, I'm new here, follow me to see some incredible stuff. Really hyping myself up here. Okay, post. After I made that post, I decided to take a break for a couple days. And when I say a couple days, I mean more like a month and a half. And when I say I decided to take a break, I mean I had a baby. So, surprise! I have 2 kids now. So I've been pretty dad-pilled the last month, not really thinking much about Clear Social. I decided to open it up for the first time today to the bitter realization that that post did not really work at all. I still only have 4 followers after all that time. So right now I'm just kind of pissed off because it's like I had that whole month, and what do I have to show for it outside of a beautiful new life entering the world? Anyway, it was time to get back into Clear Social, so I came in today with a plan. My plan to become the most followed person on Clear. There's not many people who are active on Clear. In fact, since I made that post, there have only been 6 different posts in the chatter tab, and 5 of those have been from the same person. So it kind of seemed like it was gonna be a challenge to even find active people to follow me. So what I did was make a video where I said I would be following back anybody who followed me. I posted that video, it got 0 views. Time for plan B. My second idea was to just start following a bunch of people in hopes that they would follow me back. So I scrolled down my For You page, and every video I saw, I followed the person who made it. I went to the list of people following them, and I followed all of them. Then I went to each one of those people, and all the people following them, I followed them. To the point where I think I actually am now following every single person on this app. I'm following 55 people, and I think that's everybody who's ever had any kind of interaction on this app. I followed every commenter, every follower, every poster. So if I wasn't gonna become the most followed person on the app, I will at least become the most following person on this app. And you know what? My plan kind of worked because I gained 1 follower. So now I have 5. It made me wonder, like, who are these people? How did they discover this app? This is at the very depths of the App Store. Like, I would never have heard of this app if I wasn't searching for the least popular social media app. How did these people find it? It was a mystery, to be sure, but I didn't have too much time to think about it because I was doing something else at the time. It wasn't all good news though, because while following people, I came across an account that had even more followers than the person who I thought had the most followers. This dude, Aaron, has 24 followers. I only thought I needed like 15. And it looks like I made the mistake of following him, actually. I don't want to even add to his follower count. I'm going to unfollow him. Now he's only got 23, so this is going to be a piece of cake. So there I was with 5 followers, like a 1/5 of what I needed to be the most followed person on this app, and I was running out of hope, but I did have one more idea. What if I just make 20 accounts, 20 fake accounts, and follow myself using all the accounts? So yeah, I did. I spent like an hour just creating fake accounts, and you can see them now in my following list. Danny fake account 1, Danny's fake account 2, Danny's fake account 3, Danny's fake account 4. I was having a blast. You can tell, you can even see in the profile picture, I was having a lot of fun at first. Then it ended up kind of taking longer than I thought, so as you scroll down, you can tell I'm really starting to get bored with the process. But eventually I perked back up again, and by account number 20, I did it. I was happy again because I knew that after I followed myself 20 times, I now have 25 followers on the Clear app. I am the most followed person that I've seen, and I think I've pretty much seen everybody on there. So, and I actually thought that guy had 24 followers because I didn't realize I was following him. So I actually have 2 more followers than him now. So for the first time in my social media career, I've accomplished something pretty special. I've become the most followed person on a social media app. I am the King Batch. I am the Mr. Beast. I am the... Who's the most followed person on TikTok? Is it Cobby Lame? Is that his name? I am the Cobby Lame of Clear Social. And you know what? That might not seem like much right now, but you never know when social medias are gonna just take off all of a sudden, you know? And I'm already in the perfect position now I'm not gonna use this app ever again. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I just wanted to say thank you guys for supporting me from the beginning of my career on Clear Social all the way to becoming the most followed person on here. So thank you guys, and thank you, and yes, thank you. I've had ups and downs, I've had highs and lows, but I know one thing, Swagger Jason's gonna keep swagging, baby. I'm a CEO, I make $1 million, and I know one thing, Swagger Jason's gonna keep swagging, baby. Swagging, baby. Swagging, baby. I've had ups and downs, I've had highs and lows, but I know one thing, Swagger Jason's gonna keep swagging, baby. I'm a CEO, I make $1 million, and I know one thing, Swagger Jason's gonna keep swagging, baby. What's up, Greg? So I'm a big fan of the Bachelor and Bachelorette series, and by big fan, I mean I watch it and complain the whole time because it's not exactly how I want it to be. But lately, I've been feeling even more so like the series has just taken a bad turn. There's really dumb producer-created drama on the show. Because of this, I've sort of been on the lookout for new reality dating shows to watch. I found out that MTV has a bunch of old dating shows that I've never seen before. I've heard people talk about them, but I've never actually watched them.
Curvy girls make my junk twitch.
And I've sort of of fallen down a rabbit hole, but this one in particular, it's called MTV's My Own, has been keeping me awake at night.
Welcome to my palace of pink.
The concept for this show is so bizarre. Before I tell you what it's actually about, I want you to picture what you think would make a successful dating show. Like, what would actually lead to a relationship that lasts longer than just the episodes of the show? What do you think is most important? I personally think the main person, the person that everyone's trying to date, making sure that they are like a well-adjusted person that has the ability to form normal, healthy relationships with other people and will like you for you and doesn't want you to be someone else, because that would be weird. So this show is about helping people who are obsessed with celebrities find someone who looks and acts as much like that celebrity as possible so that they can basically have their own personal version of that celebrity. That's why it's called My Own. There's episodes about people who are obsessed with Beyonce, P. Diddy, and the show tries to connect these people with someone who looks enough like Beyonce to sort of quell this person's desires, to make them kind of calm down about the whole being obsessed with Beyonce thing. Now, this show took place between like 2005 and 2006, so a lot of the episodes aren't available online anymore, but I found one on YouTube and I watched it, and it is every bit as weird as you would think. It's actually probably even worse.
The only woman for me is both naughty and nice. I want my own pink.
So at the beginning of the episode, we're introduced to the main character, Nick. Nick isn't looking for a Beyonce or a Kanye West. He's looking for his own pink. He wants his own personal pink. And this whole intro segment where they introduce this guy is just them sort of like listing and showcasing a ton of red flags.
You and me, Friday night. What do you say?
Kind of like they're just normal personality traits. This guy's room is one of the weirdest single man rooms I've ever seen. I know there's this kind of stigma about single men that they live in these ridiculous living situations with like no furniture or like decorations or anything. I wish this guy didn't have any decoration. It seems like his room is literally just a full-sized bed and white walls covered in posters of pink. There's also caution tape all over the walls and a danger sign on the front door of his room, which is kind of considerate actually, now that I think about it, because I do feel like you need to be warned before entering his room, especially if you look like pink, apparently. That danger sign means danger. If you come into my room looking like pink, I'm gonna try to marry you. You will not leave without becoming my lawfully wedded wife.
Welcome to my palace of pink. There's so many things that I love about Pink. She can sing, she's animal friendly, she does gymnastics, and she's the type of girl that I want around with my friends.
Those are the things you like about Pink? Those are the only things this grown man who's obsessed with a female celebrity likes about Pink, really? It's kind of funny how they're trying to make it seem like he doesn't just want to sleep with her. They're trying to make it seem like he's into other obscure parts of her. He says she's good with animals. Is that something she's known for? I guess I don't know that much about Pink, but really? He's just like making stuff up? Yeah. The reason I want to meet Pink so much isn't for any creepy reason. She's so charitable and she's honest. I've never heard her lie. She never lied to me. She never talked to me. She's never seen me at all, actually. But I've seen her every day outside her house.
This is my hermit crab, Pink. Ow!
Ow! Fucking bitch-ass crab! Ugh! Pink would never do that, dude.
Known Nick for like 15 years, one of my closest buddies.
Then we're introduced to some of Nick's friends who give us a little bit more perspective on who Nick is as a person.
Help us find Nick his own Pink.
I'm just trying to picture this show like approaching his friends to be on it as well and telling them like, hey, we're making a show about Nick. We're kind of exploring his obsession with Pink. And they're like, oh my god, thank god, finally! Are you gonna help him? Are you gonna try to get him help so that he can move on with his life? And the show's like, no, actually, we're gonna make it way worse.
I don't remember the last time Nick got a date with a girl, but his obsession with Pink is definitely getting in the way of his love life.
And a show like this definitely will not help if he realizes there are women who are willing to be his personal Pink. Also, even ignoring the Pink thing, I feel like that might not be the only reason he hasn't had a date in years. I think there's a good chance he has more going on, and the Pink thing is just kind of like the most obvious, glaring issue. Like, if you took away all the Pink posters in his room, he would still have just an empty room with a bed and a crab. So I think it's safe to say that there's more going on.
I met Nick when he was the captain of our football squad back in high school. Nick's living on another planet, and it's Pink.
I feel like they skipped a lot of the story there. I met Nick when he was the captain of the football team. He had a lot going for him, man. And basically, to make a long story short, now he can't leave his house because he's too busy staring at posters of Pink on his wall. This show might as well be called What If We Ignore the Real Problem? So they put Nick and his friends in the car, drive him to the studio, and they get ready to meet all of the contestants. One thing I'm noticing is that the Bachelor and Bachelorette are usually filmed at this like nice mansion in Malibu. It's a very romantic setting. This is filmed in like an office building. What is this place? This does not look like the type of place you would want to go to find love. This looks like a FedEx. All right, let's meet these contestants.
You know what? It's time to bring the ladies out. What do you say, guys? Let's do it, baby. Let's do it. Come on, ladies.
Yeah, let's bring the ladies out. Let's see these ladies. They better look like Pink. So the ladies come out. They each give like a short statement on who they are or why they think they would be a good Pink for Nick.
What's up? My name's Lacey, and you need to pick me to be your own Pink so we can get into some trouble later.
As these women come out and make their little jokes and vie for Nick's love, I have to wonder, what reason do any of these women have for wanting to win this show? I feel like the prize in this show would make your life worse. Having to be this guy's Pink? What girl dreams of marrying a guy who's obsessed with another celebrity to the point where the only reason he even likes you is that you kinda look like her? You're just gonna spend the rest of your life knowing that, like, sure, you look kinda like Pink, but you're not Pink.
My name is Chriselle, and you should choose me as your own Pink because I am the ultimate rock star, and I'm gonna rock your world.
Rock it, baby, yeah!
Oh no, dude, he's already too excited. Rock it, baby, yeah! It's one glimpse of a girl that reminds him of Pink, and he loses it. Yes! Yes, finally! So from here, the girls have to compete in a series of challenges to see who would make the best Pink.
Drop it like it's hot, dude. Drop it like it's hot. The rock. Guess I won't be getting in any trouble with her.
So I thought it was gonna be like going on a date with him to see how he vibes with them, see if they remind him of Pink at all. But the first challenge really threw me for a loop.
So let's get started with a few trivia questions for you. In what state is Pink's hometown, Doylestown, located?
Okay, wait, so they have to know personal details about Pink?
Pennsylvania.
She's got it, guys. She's got it.
And they do know personal details about Pink?
What does Pink's husband, Carrie Hart, do for a living?
A dirt bike rider?
How do they know this? Wait, so they don't just have to like look and act like Pink. They have to know intimate details of Pink's life. Why is that important? It's kind of making it seem like they don't just have to seem like Pink. They have to actually pretend to be Pink. Because once one of them wins the show, they might be out to dinner and Nick might be like, hey, what's your favorite kind of candy again? And they'll just have to pull it out of the tops of their heads. Nerd ropes. My favorite candy is Nerd Rope. He's not just looking for someone who's like Pink. He is looking for someone to pretend to be Pink for the rest of their lives. Last challenge of this show is gonna be sewing a pink skin mask onto your face. Gross. Why did I say that? It's also kind of interesting because Pink is known for kind of having an attitude, being a very confident woman. I feel like there's about a 0% chance that Pink would ever do a show like this, which is the funny thing. The show just ends with Nick being like, and the winner is... none of you guys. Yeah, none of you guys really seem that much like Pink to me. Pink would never do a show like this.
It's time for Nick to eliminate two of the girls who don't know enough to be his own Pink.
And my fourth and final choice is Dominique.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
You will not regret this.
You got the four. Dominique is hot, just like Pink.
She doesn't look like Pink, but she is hot, and Pink is hot, and, well, they both breathe air, and they both sort of eat food, so I guess she is kind of like Pink after all.
Ladies, congratulations. You're that much closer to becoming my own Pink.
Ugh. All right, next challenge. They have to become gymnasts.
Hello, ladies, and welcome to Anti-Gravity Sports. Before Pink became a rock star, she spent her childhood as a gymnast, and now it's your turn.
That's right, apparently Pink did gymnastics when she was little, and so these girls have to also learn gymnastics for some reason. I guess maybe it might come up on a date at some point in the future with this guy, like, hey, Pink did gymnastics when she was little, so she should probably remember some gymnastics, like a little bit of gymnastics. And he might want his girlfriend, who is pretending to be Pink, to do a little bit of gymnastics.
She is good.
She's good. Too good. Not like Pink at all. Pink is not very good at gymnastics anymore. You're out of here, dude. So then they compete in some gymnastics, and based on that, Nick makes a few more eliminations.
And my third and final choice is...
Oh, and they cut to a commercial break midway through the eliminations for some reason. I guess this is like a big cliffhanger. I'm not really sure how. I'm not at all invested in any of these girls. I know so little about them. The only thing I know is if they know trivia about Pink and can do a little bit of gymnastics. Are there people at home rooting for one of these girls? Is that why this would be a cliffhanger? We've only known these girls for 12 minutes. I can't imagine forming that strong of a connection with them in that time. I want Dominique to win so bad. Her story is so inspiring. She deserves this. Ever since she was a little girl, she's wanted to be someone's personal Pink. She's got this in the bag.
Violet.
Fuck! The third and final challenge is that these girls have to perform a Pink song for Nick. They have to get dressed up like Pink. They've got to bring the attitude. They've got to bring a great vocal performance to win Nick's heart.
The only concern, will you, lucky girl, stupid girl.
It doesn't make any sense. Why do any of these challenges matter? Do they think that this is what Pink's day consists of? She wakes up in the morning, she gets questioned by her husband on where she grew up and like what record label she was signed to first. And then she goes to the gym to remember just a little bit of gymnastics. And then she comes home and does a personal performance for Nick. Yeah, that's probably what Pink does. I guess when you only see someone on the screen, you just kind of assume that what you saw them doing on the screen is what they're always doing. Whoever wins this show, she like goes home with Nick, and then that night she like gets in bed and she's about to go to sleep with him, and he's like, whoa, 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 hold up, what the fuck are you doing? She's like, we're gonna go to sleep now, right? And he's like, no. I have never seen Pink sleep. I don't think she does that. If you're gonna be my personal Pink, you can't do that. The only things I've seen Pink do are sing and dance and talk about having done gymnastics. So if you're not doing one of those two things, then I'm sorry, but you're not Pink. You're just some random ass girl. And she's like, I am some random ass girl. We met 3 hours ago. All right, it shows them prepping for the challenge, which is for some reason in a recording studio. They're recording the song, I guess, even though when they perform it live, they're not lip syncing. So I don't know why they had to record the song. And then they do the performances. And right off the bat, this girl looks so much like Pink, and none of the other girls look anything like Pink. It's so obvious that she's gonna win. But they put her first and then make the other two girls try to follow that up as if they have any chance of winning against this girl that actually looks like Pink. They do okay given the circumstances. I mean, they're probably just confused, perpetually confused about why they're here and what choices in life led them to be here. But maybe this is what they want. Maybe they have like pictures on their wall that just say like, guy that is obsessed with Pink. And that's their dream guy. That's who they've always wanted to be with. But even if that is the case, they definitely squander the opportunity.
Maybe if I act like that guy will call me nerd.
They do not impress.
It's time for Nick to bring down the lights on two of our hopefuls as he picks his very own Pink.
All right, it's time for him to pick his Pink. Who's it gonna be?
Ladies, all these performances were great.
No, they weren't.
Unfortunately, I can only pick one of you to be my own Pink. Desiree, I loved your performance, and you just look flat out hot.
Desiree, I loved your performance. Actually, honestly, who am I kidding? I wasn't paying attention to it at all, because you looked so fucking hot. So there's 3 girls here, and he only gets to pick one. It'd be kind of nice if his friends got a Pink too, just for the trouble, you know? I mean, they helped with a lot of this. I think their own personal Pink isn't too much to ask for.
Lacey, it's not you.
I like how the contestants who get eliminated don't leave once they're eliminated. They just get the lights turned off on them, and then they get to watch in the dark as the only girl that looks like Pink wins.
Violet, it's not you. Desiree, congratulations. My own Pink.
Oh, that's awesome. I'm so happy for them. Can I go home now?
Desiree impressed me from the start. She looked like an Olympic athlete, and she rocked it on stage with her performance just like Pink would. Now that Desiree's my own Pink, I'm looking forward to getting into some trouble.
The ending is pretty lackluster, honestly. It just kind of like ends right here with them walking off together. We don't know what happens next, if they go on a date or anything like that. Honestly, maybe a good thing, because I'm not really sure if I want to know what happens next. I feel like best case scenario, and probably most likely, they walk off of this stage with their arms linked, and then once they get backstage, they just sort of split up and walk in opposite directions, don't even look at each other, and just never see each other again. It's either that, or this girl probably has some really weird stories to tell. So I guess it's just kind of up to our own interpretation. It's kind of like the end of Inception. You kind of get to decide what you think happened next. Do you think they got married, or do you think they're both dead? I don't know. Anything's possible. Guys, I've never really been the type of person to want to spend all my money decorating my living space with pictures of a celebrity that I adore, but honestly, thanks to today's sponsor, Current, managing my funds is so easy that I really feel like there's no reason not to. That's right, I went to Walgreens, I took my Current debit card, and I bought a picture of Tom Holland. I printed it out, I made the poor sap working at the printing station print out a big old picture of Tom Holland for me. Got my poster. And now I'm gonna put it on my wall. For those of you unaware, Current is banking for the modern age. It's banking entirely on your phone. I also bought this Scotch tape with my Current card. Current is hassle-free. They've got no hidden fees, no annual fees, nothing like that. They don't try to hide things from you like a traditional bank. They're very transparent, and it's totally free to sign up. You sign up, everybody gets a Current debit card, just like this one, so you could go and you could buy your very own Tom Holland poster. My favorite thing about being sponsored by Current is their generosity during these integrations. They're always giving away money to my followers just for signing up for Current. In fact, just over the last year, Current and I have given away $25,000 to people who watch just my videos. And today, we're giving away another $5,000. Shouts out to people in the past who have won before. People such as Stephanie Rod, 85, Stephanie Santo, 9, Linda Rebecca, Very Not Straight. All of these people have been paid by Current. How cool is that? Today we're going to be sending 10 people who use my code, Danny500, to sign up for Current $500. They'll be chosen at random, so you don't have to be quick or anything. Just head on over there, sign up. In a couple weeks, we will select the winners and send them $500. Nothing else to it. So thank you again to Current for sponsoring this video. Very cool of you guys. And thank you to you guys for checking out Current. Thanks for watching the video. If you're not subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe and turn on my notifications to join Greg. We are the fastest growing army on all of YouTube. Please do not look that up. And I will see you guys next time. Goodbye. All right, guys, I'll admit I am very late to this topic. Potentially even like a month late, depending on when this video comes out. But in my defense, I'm a dad now, all right? I have a baby. He's 5 months old. I have better things to do than sitting here talking to a camera alone in my room. Like watching Jason Nash live stream on TikTok. All right, Sandra, thank you for the money. Kevin, thank you for the money. Can you guys send me $1 million? Turns out I can do both at the same time though, so now I'm here. If you've been on TikTok lately, there's a good chance you've seen former Vlog Squad member Jason Nash constantly live streaming, compulsively urging his fans to send him money. I know I have. A lot. This man is constantly live.
Here we go, 118. Guys, don't forget to follow my podcast, All Good Things Podcast. We just spoke about it. We need...
If you enjoyed that 30 seconds of silence, guys, make sure to go check out my podcast. You're gonna love that. It's completely silent for an hour. Like me, a lot of people were pretty confused to see this. At one time, Jason Nash was a part of the most popular group on YouTube, and now he's battling the Joker for gifts on TikTok.
What a way to start the day with Tommy Two Coats. Tommy, thank you so much for being here.
If you've never seen one of these TikTok gifts battles before, basically there's two creators, and you send gifts to the respective creator that you're watching. This bar at the top indicates who has the most gifts, and when time runs out, whoever has the most gifts wins. Their prize? All of the gifts that they got during the battle. And then the second place person also wins all the gifts that they got during that battle. So needless to say, there's a lot at stake. This is a live stream where Jason is actually battling his wife, Naveen.
Why don't you come down in the room? I'll let you in. You can come back in the house now.
Yeah, come back in the house, man. You look like Batman standing over the city. Now, hang on. If they're married, aren't the gifts just going to both of them? What kind of charade is this? Now, at first, I kind of assumed that most of the people watching these live streams were children. And I was like, ooh, that is super weird, just like asking children for money. You're basically just asking them to steal their parents' credit cards. In a way, I sort of thought of Jason Nash as like a babysitter, but he's also babysitting 1,000 other kids. And if you start choking, he's not gonna call 911 because he can't see you. But after tuning into a few of his streams and actually like clicking on some of the profiles of people watching, I realized that it's actually mostly adults, which was very surprising to me. Guys, what are we doing here? Stop that. I promise you there are like 1 billion other better uses for your money than helping Jason Nash's wife crush him in a gift battle. Fun as it may be. The reason I wanted to make this video is because I think that it's kind of a very interesting look at the career span of a creator. It's a pretty new career, all things considered. And like, nobody's been a full-time online creator for 40 years. So we don't really know how long this career is supposed to last or how it will evolve over time. So I think it's worth looking at why Jason Nash is here. Between the years of 2016 and 2020, David Dobrik was seemingly at the top of the YouTube ecosystem. What started as David just sort of goofing around and filming his friends as up-and-coming content creators quickly turned into partying all the time, collabing with huge celebrities, huge giveaways, and giant sponsorship deals. And if you didn't watch the vlogs around this time, you might think that David was like the biggest part of them, but it was actually more his friends doing the heavy lifting. David was always behind the camera, and sure, he would laugh a lot, and you'd hear him laugh, but I really feel like the reason people tuned in was sort of to live vicariously through David and experience the goofiness that was all of his friends. So while all of the vlogs were on David's channel and David was inevitably the most popular member of the vlog squad, I really feel like he owes most of his success to his friend group. But it was a fun time. I watched a lot of the vlogs back in the day and I really enjoyed them. It felt like you were a part of this friend group. And in a lot of ways, you were like the members of the vlog squad, because like the members of the vlog squad, you also were not getting paid for your appearances in the videos, which is something that I always found kind of weird. David's friends never got any sort of payment. Their only payment was in exposure. And so what kind of ended up happening was, because everybody else around David wanted to launch their careers off of David's vlogs, they all started vlogging too. But because they would always be hanging out together, all of their vlogs seemed to be just like the same situation from a bunch of different angles, and everybody was holding vlog cameras. It got pretty out of hand for a while there. Eventually though, during the pandemic, a bunch of stuff happened that caused David to take a step back from vlogging. Mainly a bunch of scary accusations about one of his best friends, Dom, and also him almost killing one of his other best friends, Jeff Wittick, by slamming him into the side of an excavator. After losing a bunch of followers and probably more importantly a bunch of sponsors, David posted an apology saying he was gonna do better. He said he was gonna take steps to make sure his vlogs were a safer environment for the people in them.
And I want to be able to have a place of checks and balances. I want to have HR.
If he had to choose between quitting vlogging or doing it safer with an HR team, he was gonna do that. And then he quit vlogging. Currently, David is still presumably very rich. The only place he really posts is on Snapchat, and from what I can tell, he mostly just goes around and tours really expensive houses and parties a lot. He doesn't seem to have any ambitions of creating more content on YouTube. In a lot of ways, he's sort of like the Great Gatsby of social media now. But without David sort of manning the ship that was the vlog squad, a lot of the other members basically had to figure out other avenues and other ways to make money and maintain their following after the vlog ended. Zane and Heath have a pretty successful podcast now, so does Jeff Wittick. Carly and Aaron, I believe, have a podcast too. But I feel like Jason Nash out of the entire group is having the most trouble adjusting to the post-vlog era. He has a podcast, but it's definitely not getting the same numbers that his podcast with David did, views, back in the day, which David also quit. Despite them, I think, getting a bunch of really great offers that would have changed Jason's life, David decided to quit because he didn't want to do that anymore. He wanted to be the Great Gatsby. So Jason has now been left to fend for himself, and it seems like TikTok gift streaming is what he has turned to.
You excited to go to dinner?
Man, this is content, baby. This is crazy. I didn't know all you had to do is just sit there and stare at your camera and people will just send you money. Why did I write this whole video? So a lot of the response has obviously been kind of cringing at this feeling that what he's doing now is very shady. And I mean, he's not really harming anybody, I guess. It does seem like it's mostly adults sending him money. Obviously, there's always going to be kids online stealing their parents' credit cards, so that's not great. I do get kind of a shady vibe from it just because there literally is no content for you to consume except to send him money. Like, the whole point of this stream is to see how much money Jason can make without having to do anything. That's like the point of the stream.
Melanie, thank you.
Let's go.
And you could argue that Twitch streaming has donations and, you know, a bunch of other live streaming does too. But I would argue that there's at least some content behind that. Someone's playing a video game or they're doing a podcast live and the donations are just a little bit extra on top. It's not the content itself. I've also seen a lot of people wondering like, wait, isn't David super generous? During his vlogs, he was always giving away cars. He was paying for people's weddings, just like handing out PlayStations to people on the street. Surely he could just help Jason if he's struggling financially, right? Wrong. From some of Jason's podcast clips, it seems that that is definitely not the case. But before we get to that, I've got to make some money of my own. Alright guys, let's get those gifts in. James, thank you for the llama. Carol, thank you for the sombrero. Brian sent a Arab? Oh. Is this a gift on TikTok Live? Also, how did you get this one? This one's mine. Well, regardless, this is actually pretty convenient because this video is sponsored by Arab. Arab flavors your water using scent-based taste. And, oh, Brian also sent a scent pod? Oh, thanks, man. Okay, so I can put that on. With the scent pod down like so, it's just a normal water bottle. But when I activate the scent pod, air is able to pass through the scent pod and into your mouth, where you can taste the scent. Send me money. I like to bust out my air up while I'm getting work done. It gives my water a little bit more which is what I need when I'm trying to focus. This one right here is lime, and it is excellent. Someone said, come to Brazil. I'm busy. Air up is a unique hydrating experience. You can't get this anywhere else, buddy. No chemicals, no sweeteners added to the water, just plain old water into my plain old mouth. The scent pods come in a variety of flavors. I really like the lime and the peach. My editor, Jake, is really fond of cherry. So no matter what kind of flavors you like, there's bound to be a couple for you. If you want to spice up your hydration experience, click the link in the description, get yourself an Air Up, get yourself some scent pods, put your mouth on the nozzle, and suck away. You look really tired today. That is mean. Thank you to Air Up for sponsoring this video, and thank you to you guys for checking out Air Up. Now back to the video. About a month ago, when Jason was in the thick of his live streaming every day, he posted this podcast where he and a bunch of David's mutual friends talk about how different life is now that David's not vlogging anymore.
But the thing is, like, David's in this, like, moment in his life, where he can do anything. Where he just parties.
Oh no, Jason, the look on your face, man. Jason's like, don't look bitter, don't look bitter, don't look bitter.
Where he can do anything.
Perfect. He can do whatever the fuck he wants now.
He calls me to play pool. And I'm like, I gotta go live, and I don't expect him to understand that.
You don't expect him to understand that you have to work to make money? You know he did that too, right? I wouldn't expect him to understand that, man. He hasn't had to work in, gosh, what is it, 2 years now? I hate to say it, Jason, I think he gets it. I just don't think he cares.
Like, I'll say things like, I'm losing my house, and he'll be like, oh, but just come play pool.
I just don't think he cares. Dude, Jason, haven't you learned anything from being friends with a popular YouTuber? You just told him you might lose your house, and he invites you over. You think he really wants to play pool? Dude, he's probably gonna Mr. Beast you. He's probably inviting you over so he can, like, surprise you with a new house. He might make you do Squid Games for it, but you have a chance to win a new house. Maybe he'll give you a new car. Or, you know, surprise you with his new car like he did that one time.
My surprise to you is that I'm buying myself a car.
I know.
That was cool. I will say it is interesting that David seemingly stopped doing the extravagant giveaways once he stopped doing the vlogs. I wonder what the correlation there is. That's kind of weird.
There was a great TikTok that he sent, which was like some guy. It's just the guy that has like a lot of money and can do anything all day. He's like, oh, Diplo's having a party tonight, and like and it's literally like things that David has said.
David sent Jason a TikTok of a rich, out of touch guy being like, oh my god, dude, this is so me. Dude, look at this TikTok. This is so me. That moment when you're rich and you're partying with Diplo and you're talking about how much you hate Jason Nash and how poor Jason Nash is. Guys, comment below if you found this relatable.
But if you think about it, though, from 18 to like what, 23, 24.
Oh, he was hitting it
he never drank. I don't think he ever drank. Even when we would visit him, we'd be up till like midnight just like watching the edits, just like.
Wow, he worked hard for 5 years? Let the man party, dude. Please do not burden David's poor gentle soul with your financial woes. Just let the man play pool and play with him, for God's sake. I mean, look, I don't doubt that he worked hard. The dude posted 3 vlogs a week. I'm sure it was a lot of hard work, but you know who also worked hard? Everybody in his vlogs. I mean, that dude just said it himself. They all stayed up with him until midnight watching the edits to make sure they were good. This was a group endeavor. And I know what people say. They say like, well, David gave them the opportunities, you know? He didn't have to make them famous. Yeah, he kind of did. That was like the whole point of his vlogs, was his friends. David wasn't just making them famous because he was a good, generous guy. He was doing it because that's what was working. They made him famous as much as he made them famous.
That now it's like the complete opposite. Everyone's like working, and here's him just like, "Hey, what are you doing tonight?" And it's like a Tuesday night. Everyone's working.
Yeah, man, that is kind of a crazy switch. Whereas before, David was working and everyone was helping him. Now everyone else is working, so naturally David is partying with Diplo. Naturally, a lot of the conversation around Jason's live streams has revolved around the confusion as to why he wouldn't just get like a normal job if he was strapped for cash, or if like the social media thing wasn't working out.
Can someone make Jason Nash a fucking DoorDash account?
People are wondering, why is he pursuing this career that is like universally seen as embarrassing or cringe, rather than just getting a 9-to-5? And I totally get that criticism, because I do love being a creator. I love getting to be my own boss. I love being creative on a daily basis, working with people that I'm really inspired by, entertaining people. But if this exact version of being a creator stopped being feasible, would I start doing gift streams on TikTok? Hell no. And not even necessarily because it's like embarrassing or cringe. It's just that like what I enjoy about being a creator, that does not accomplish. There's no being creative. There's no entertaining people. At a certain point, you like strip out all of the fun parts of the career and you just have only the most superficial parts of it left. Just money and fame. So no, if like this YouTube channel didn't work out anymore, there's a billion other things I would rather do that would be more enticing to me than like gift streaming on Twitch. But maybe Jason likes it. He doesn't look like he does, but maybe he does. On the other hand, I could say that Jason is also older. He's lived a lot more life, he's had a lot more experience, and his career in the entertainment industry has gone through a lot more ups and downs than mine has. From what I can tell, Jason has been a stand-up comedian, he's been in TV shows, he's been a podcaster, a Viner, and a Vlog Squad member, and now a TikTok Live gift battler. Between all of those seasons of his life, I'm sure there was downtime where he could have thought, oh, maybe this isn't for me, I'm gonna get up and go get a normal job. And then, lo and behold, the next opportunity comes along. So in some sense, I do understand if Jason's mentality is like, maybe I'm just gonna do this for a little while until I get my next thing off the ground.
And I know that when I started Vine, people said the same thing to me. They're like, what are you doing? Why are you doing Vine? You know? And I was like, okay, this is what I'm doing. And then I did YouTube, and people were like, why are you doing YouTube? And I feel like when you're first to something, that can really pan out.
Yeah, I do get what you're saying, but also I don't know if this is the same as Vine and YouTube. Saying he's the first to this new thing like TikTok gift battling is gonna be the next big thing is very worrying to me. Please don't make that the next big thing, guys. On top of all that, there is this sort of like gamification in your head that happens when you're a content creator. Because so much of it is like numbers based, you're always looking at your analytics, hoping your numbers go up. It becomes kind of a game in your head to see if you can do better than you did last month or last year. Because of that, I feel like in a lot of content creators' heads, quitting or pursuing a different career path is seen as like losing the game, even if it's subconscious. That being said, I don't think that's a healthy way to look at it, and I would encourage people who are pursuing being a creator to find other passions that, you know, if this didn't work out, you could pursue that instead, because I think just clinging to relevancy for relevancy's sake is not a good thing. But why try to guess what Jason's thinking when someone literally asked him on his own podcast why he doesn't just get a job?
This isn't me saying this as a negative thing.
Yes,
I'm
yes,
just
no,
totally
address it,
asking.
please.
Yeah, yeah.
Why don't I get a real job?
No, I know why you do it.
Yeah.
But like,
No, man, I know why you do it. It's pretty clear to me. But, could you tell everyone else why you do this?
Someone said that the other day, why don't you get into real estate? I'm like,
I hate it.
I don't have a real estate license.
Bo Granny?
Oh yeah, I forgot. You have to be born with a real estate license to do real estate. But darn, Jason Nash was born with a TikTok account. So he has to do that instead.
Right. Now look, would I be on TikTok Live if I wasn't in like a financial hole? I don't know, probably not. But also like YouTube wasn't really working. And I needed to find something. OnlyFans. I can't do OnlyFans.
This is such an unrelatable thought process to most people. YouTube is not working out for him, and his first thought is OnlyFans? TikTok begging people for money? It just comes off as being so set on being an influencer that nothing else matters to this guy.
Listen, it is what it is. It's like, I was on Vine, I was on YouTube, I was on Snapchat, and now I'm doing this.
Don't say it
now I'm doing this.
I mean, I do like it.
No, man, I don't think you do. Not after that. We all saw that. So anyway, it is what it is, and I have to do it because I love it, and it's my favorite thing. Phew, that was close. Hey, we can hear you. What? You said that was close out loud. Oh no!
Do you ever think about going
to DoorDash
or to like a? I just never thought it's entertainment or nothing. I don't care what it is. Like,
what would you suggest I do?
No. It's just that
Let me get a job at Lululemon.
From what I can gather from this clip and the way they're laughing about the prospect of being a DoorDash driver or working at Lululemon, those jobs are not even on the table for Jason. I don't know his personal finances, but Jason lives in LA, he owns a house, he has kids, he has a wife. So I feel like when he's saying things like, I don't have any other skills, what he's really saying is, I don't have any other skills that would allow me to live the exact same life that I'm currently living. And honestly, I could understand if he really does like the TikTok live streaming thing, but don't laugh at other jobs like Lululemon or DoorDash like you're so above doing them, yet you're on TikTok literally asking people for money. And I do totally get that Jason has kids that he has to support, that I'm totally empathetic to that situation. It is kind of ironic that his solution to that is to ask other people's kids for money online. But that's neither here nor there. This whole situation kind of reminds me of this TikTok I saw about a month ago. My Roman Empire is all of those influencers who dropped out of college or quit their jobs, moved to LA, then became irrelevant. Like, where did they go? What are they doing now? One interesting thing that I don't know if a lot of people know is that I feel like a lot of creators who get into this situation can actually leverage some of the connections they make while they're relevant and some of the skills that they've learned to get jobs at like marketing agencies, talent agencies, social media companies, or working for other creators behind the scenes. There's actually a lot of opportunities out there, which I would know because my first job out of college was working for a YouTube MCN. While I was still on Vine, I graduated college and I was worried that that wasn't going to be a stable career, so I actually got a job working at an MCN. And then I also worked at the YouTube channel Corridor for a while before my YouTube channel took off. So just throwing that out there, there are other career opportunities where you get to be involved in the creator space, even writing or acting, stuff like that. But it doesn't have to be your operation. You can just get a stable job. All right, it's time to talk about David again. While everyone was making fun of Jason for doing the TikTok live streaming thing, David paid him a visit on Snapchat.
Dude, you're kind of becoming a legend on TikTok now.
I know. Not in a good way.
Yeah, but I think it's fun.
No, man, this is a great look. This is awesome. Multi-millionaire visits former unpaid employee wearing a crown to make fun of his new job. David, do you know why, perchance, Jason has to do the TikTok live streaming? Have you thought about that at all? During your long nights of playing pool?
Bye, guys. Thanks for having us over in your little hobbit home.
And make fun of his house before you leave? Check. Great job. Now, with all of this talk about David and Jason, I just want to make it clear, do not go and send any hate to these people in real life, especially Jason. Jason actually got swatted mid-live during one of his streams a few weeks ago, which is obviously horrible.
Anybody else inside? No. Okay, hold on. Let's get it put together and then...
This is obviously a horrible situation, actually terrifying. But I cannot help but break a little smile when I look over and the two people he's gift battling are the Dobre brothers. I don't think there's a single funnier sight than watching the two of these blankly stare into the camera not understanding what's going on. Also, imagine your gift battle opponent getting swatted and he's still crushing you, dude. That's gotta hurt. My big takeaway from all of this is if you are pursuing being a content creator, I would heavily recommend being super careful about the way you go about it. I would highly recommend not letting your success be at all related to the success of another influencer. You don't want to be the guy from David's vlogs when David stops the vlogs. Also, save your money. This career that we have, we don't know how long it's gonna last. I mean, I sort of view it as being any other type of entertainer. You're only relevant for so long, or like an athlete or something. You can only be in your prime for a certain amount of time, so save as much as you can. It's really easy to get caught up in the lifestyle of an influencer and like partying all the time and flying on private jets, buying expensive cars. And if you can make this career last for like 20 to 30 years, that's awesome. That's insane, but it's definitely not guaranteed. So just be careful, all right? For me, for your old pal Dan. Alright guys, well I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're new here and you're not subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe and turn on my notifications to join Greg. Greg is what I call my fans here on YouTube, and if you just watch this whole video, that means you kinda gotta be a Greg now. I don't make the rules, sorry. Except for that rule I actually did make, but all the other rules I don't make. Alright, I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye. Video! This is an emergency video, folks. Literally like 90% of my DMs have been about this for the past 2 days, so I had to come on here and let everybody know that Merge Mansion, the game whose ads I've made a few videos about, has gotten Pedro Pascal in an ad. I am making this video to let you all know that Pedro Pascal is in a Merge Mansion ad. Actually, he's in 2. So you guys probably remember I made a video on this channel about Merge Mansion in the past, and then I actually made a second one on my second channel that probably not all of you have seen, when they got Kathy Bates to play the live action version of the grandma in their ads. If you don't know, Merge Mansion is like this home gardening fixer-upper type game where you inherit an old mansion, I think, and you're like upgrading it and you're doing gardening and stuff like that. But then also all of the ads have this like murder mystery element to them, and I don't know if the game has that in it. I still refuse to play the game. I'm not gonna play it. I don't want these ads to work on me, all right? My mind is an impenetrable fortress today, okay? I'm not falling for these ads. I see ads like this where a company is trying something fun and exciting, trying to shove their game down my throat, and I say, no, I'm not falling for this advertisement. I'm gonna see a commercial for Coca-Cola and then drive to the gas station and make an impulse purchase like a normal person. Anyway, I'll show you the first of the ads now. It's called A Twisted Game.
Honestly, I don't even know where to start. On the surface, you've got this perfectly normal family.
Okay, so this ad introduces a new character to the Merge Mansion lore, which I am a little bit familiar with, honestly, more familiar than I would like. So what I know so far is that the granny has murdered somebody. I cannot figure out from the ads who she's murdered, and I don't think that it's even answered in these ads, honestly. She's murdered someone, and then her granddaughter, who is the younger woman character in this game, is like slowly uncovering clues to what's going on. Now we've got Pedro Pascal in here, and he's playing Detective Tim Rockford, and he's come in to try to crack the case open.
On the surface, you've got this perfectly normal family. A young girl, her grandmother. You know, this is apple pie America.
A girl and a grandma. That's apple pie America, baby. Nothing more American than a girl and her grandma. Sorry, Europeans. Sorry, anyone anywhere else in the world, actually. I don't know why I singled out Europe. Sorry, anybody anywhere except for America, you can't relate to apple pie or grandmas. We made them up. And just like everything else in American culture, it is starting to kill people. Please help.
It's like everybody is hiding something.
There's no body, no smoking gun, just a lot of knives.
See, this is where it loses me. The whole ad is framed as a trailer for a not real movie or TV show where Pedro Pascal is trying to figure out what's going on inside this home. I'm not sure what this lady is. I think it's like maybe a true crime podcast. So now we're not only getting like an investigation into the case, but we're also getting someone to comment on it. And then you guys are also getting someone to comment on both of those things. I like the true crime podcast element to it, honestly. It adds a fun little flair to it. What confuses me most is like, what do you mean there's no body?
There's no body.
Can you please explain to me what the crime is that you guys are trying to solve? Was someone murdered or not? Who was it? Just say it one time in one of the ads. Say who was murdered.
No smoking gun, just a lot of knives.
No murder weapons, unfortunately, just a shit ton of knives. So unfortunately, nothing suspicious has been found yet. Just a freakish obsession with knives, and not cooking knives. These are knives that are sold to be weapons.
There's no body, no smoking gun, just a lot of knives.
The fact that she's like, there's no smoking guns, it's just knives, makes me think that by like no body, she also means like, we can't find a body. The only thing we found is this skeleton. Super confusing. I'm worried that people are gonna think that I'm like sponsored by Merge Mansion by keep continuing to make videos about Merge Mansion. I'm not, okay? I'm not gonna play this game. I would be lying if I said that my curiosity wasn't piqued at least a little bit by this ad, because I'm like, who died? Who died and how did they die? How is knives not evidence? There's knives everywhere. They find them on every surface in this house. That's not evidence? Is the investigation to figure out if there even was a crime? Can you call 911 to be like, hey, a crime happened. Can you come figure out what it is? I don't know. I feel like I've been victim to some sort of injustice. I'm not sure what, but there's knives everywhere. Please come. That'd actually be an insane new genre of YouTube videos. You've heard of BuzzFeed Unsolved? How about BuzzFeed Unfound? We haven't even found the crime yet, let alone solve it. Okay, here's the next ad. It's called Think Like a Grandma.
I was finally in, but still couldn't put the pieces together. What am I missing? Crime scene? Weapon?
You're missing a crime, I think. I still couldn't put the pieces together. What crime was I solving? What am I doing here? Who is this girl and this grandma? What is my job?
To catch a grandma, you have to think like a grandma.
Oh shit, okay, so that looks like some evidence there. A boiling pie? So maybe there was a crime committed, I admit it. Maybe somebody was murdered and then Granny made a pie out of him. Good ol' apple pie America, you know? You got loving granddaughter, murderous grandma, and pie grandpa. Nothing more American than that, baby. God bless America.
Think.
Another thing you'll notice is that Kathy Bates is not the grandma anymore. I don't know who that lady is, but that's not Kathy Bates. So they, I guess, could not afford to hire Kathy Bates and Pedro Pascal at the same time, which would be a pretty crazy collab. I guess it's probably not called collabs when it's like a movie or an ad. But this must be super confusing for the detective too. He gets pictures of all of the suspects and the grandma looks like Kathy Bates, and then he gets there and this is the grandma. He's like, okay, I was solving a murder, but now we have to solve like who you are. You shapeshifter. What are you?
Think. What would grandma do?
He doesn't know the crime yet. That's why he's saying, what would a grandma do? What sort of crimes would a grandma commit? Tax evasion? Turning her husband into a pie? Maybe they just live in a small town where literally nothing is going on. And so he's like, I'll put police tape up at some old lady's house and harass her. Sure, what the hell? Just try to figure out what crime she may have committed in her past. That's a cool little touch too, where it like turns into the video game graphics at the end there. And this is an homage to one of the earlier ads too that I covered in the first video. Anyway, either way, some pretty insane marketing. People have been talking about this nonstop, at least in my DMs, and I've seen people talking about it on Twitter too. And also this ad from 4 days ago has 7.4 million views, which is pretty crazy. All of their other ads have like maybe 20 to 60,000 views. So getting our boy Pedro in there really pushed the ad. Now, a lot of the discourse that I've seen around this ad, both in DMs and otherwise, have been people being like, there has to be something fishy going on. How did they get Pedro Pascal in their ad? How did this random shitty game get Pedro Pascal in their ad? For example, this TikTok.
The next time someone asks me what my favorite conspiracy theory is, I'm gonna tell them that I think the Merge Mansion is a money laundering operation. Because how the fuck can they afford an ad with Pedro Pascal in this day and age, in this economy?
Controversial opinion? They do make that much money.
Even Candy Crush didn't have that kind of money. What is going on?
Candy Crush for sure had that much money, and Merge Mansion also for sure has that much money, dude. I hate to break it to you, but mobile games make a shit ton of money. How much money does Merge Mansion make? Currently, the game earns more than $10 million per month from its players. So far, the game has bagged more than $160 million. So they make $10 million a month. How much does Pedro Pascal make? Okay, for The Last of Us, Variety reported that he earns $600,000 per episode. So I do hate to break it to you, but Merge Mansion definitely has enough money to hire Pedro Pascal without being a money laundering scheme, which a lot of people in the comments can attest to. This person said, listen, if you've played Merge Mansion and are addicted, you'll get it. They're constantly pushing buying things, but not enough for me to stop playing it. So they make a lot of money from their players, and I'm guessing based on the 7 million views they got on that ad by just posting it for free on YouTube, like they didn't even need to put it in the Super Bowl or anything, like I'm guessing that they're gonna get a good return on whatever investment. I mean, he makes $600,000 per episode of a TV show. I'm guessing they probably paid him less than that for a 1 minute long YouTube video. If you want a real conspiracy theory, here's a real conspiracy, dude. For The Last of Us, he earned $4.5 million. My conspiracy is that Pedro Pascal is actually a huge Merge Mansion fan. And while he made $4.5 million from The Last of Us, he spent $4.6 million on Merge Mansion upgrades. He's in immense debt to Merge Mansion, to the grandma herself perhaps even. And when Merge Mansion caught wind that Pedro Pascal is the owner of the account that owes them $4.6 million, they said, hey, listen, we'll wipe out all your debt for one measly little commercial. Actually, 2 measly little commercials. And what could Pedro say? But okay, fine, I'll do it. I bet he took the job because it was funny. No, I bet they paid him. I bet he took the job because they paid him a shit ton of money, honestly. I like that, like, people's only 2 theories are like, this is a money laundering scheme, or he took it because he's funny. There's no way this game that makes hundreds of millions of dollars paid an actor to act. Danny Gonzalez is gonna have a field day with this. I mean, they're right, dude. I am over here having a field day.